Hello pretties, welcome to Rooftop. So today I have my project pan update. Sorry, I'm a little up close more than normal today. Hope you guys don't mind. But I have an update. It's not a good update considering how well I was doing. I'm actually surprised how little progress is gonna look like I did, but I promise I actually feel like I did really well, so I'm not even mad about it. And I'm actually going to be rolling a product in without actually finishing anything. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'm describing myself very well. Anyway, I just realized I didn't update some stuff. So let me do that. I'm nervous. Okay, let's get started with the most disappointing product because I could have finished this, but I didn't finish it, and it's gonna be the Child's Heartbreak lipstick. I did get it all the way to like the little edge. I come to the realization that I just haven't wanted to use it, which is why I haven't been reaching for it. But I'm at that point where I'm like, I'm so close where I just need to like push through and just get it out the way because there's so little product. Like this is all there's left. It's just a tiny little nub. So it's like I just gotta follow through. And if you don't know, now you know. I don't like to dig lip products out because I find myself that I'm not gonna reach for them once they're like, I'm not gonna apply with my finger and like put it on my lips like out in the real world. Like I don't got time for that. So I'm just gonna finish till it's like flatten out, and then we're calling it quits. So there's that. It's still here and kicking. My bad. I apologize. Okay, we do also have my concealer, which I was thinking I was gonna finish up with this update. I didn't, but I was to the point where I needed to take out the stopper, and we had a little malfunction. I don't know if you guys can tell by the size of it, but as I was trying to pull the stopper out, I didn't even think this was possible, but it just sunk right in. I've never had that. Like I've had mishaps trying to take stoppers out, but it's never been it going further in. It's always like I've broken them in half, I've disfigured them, but I've cut myself, but I've never had them go in to the bottle because technically like it's wider than the tube. That's why it's the stopper. I don't know. I don't have a ton of product left, and with that stopper now there, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get everything out even if I wanted to. So this is gonna go pretty quickly. So I'm gonna roll something in. I got a few more uses left, I know that, but I am rolling something in. As soon as this is done, I want to start working on my Milani concealer. I don't know if I want to finish this one. I think I'm gonna give myself 50 uses. I was thinking 100 uses, but I want to do 50 just to give myself a break from my REM concealer. Because if you didn't know, now you know, I was using this one in conjunction with the REM concealer, but I've been panning that concealer for like a year and a half, and I just need a break. At first I was thinking 100 uses, but I feel like 100 uses might go too slow, and I do want to finish the REM concealer by the end of the year. FYI, let me show you what that looks like. I guess if this is what it looks like. It has very little, but it's still gonna take a long time to go through. So I wanna give myself enough time to finish it, you know? So I'm gonna do 50 uses and see how long it takes me to even do those 50 uses, and then we can kind of go from there. So we are rolling this in. I'm gonna finish this first, and then I'm gonna start using this one, and then 50 uses after that. That's what we're doing. Okay, then moving on to my Bloom blush. I looked through my previous video and I was hoping to see how much I said that I've used it. At the end of that time I said I used it 2 times, but I didn't actually say a number, but I am thinking I was probably like 16 or 18 or something like that. I am currently at 21. Spoiler alert, I did finally finish the other blush that I was working on that was similar in shade or color family as this one. So I've started to use this one again. And yeah, I'm starting to use it again. So I should have a little usage. I did mark it, and although there's a slight change from the last time, not enough where I feel like I could you could really see it if I were to make a line. So maybe my next update will have a bit more usage on this one. But at least I'm back to using it again, and especially the last week or so, I was using it pretty often, just because I was trying to really push through on this one, and that just the shade that goes with it a bit more. Okay. I did have my Honeydude. There was some slight improvement, but not enough where I could make a new line. As I said before, I use this just on my waterline, so I'm not expecting a ton of change on this one. Like, this is gonna be just one of those, like, slowly but surely we're gonna get there, and that's just what it is. I have been doing better about making sure that I'm using this with my waterline, but I'm still working on trying to get into that habit. So there's that. For my Sigma, I was using a lot more. It doesn't look like I've made a lot of progress in conjunction, but and I had to remind myself of this. Sometimes you have to look not just at how slowly you're doing month to month, but just see like the progress from start to finish. And then from start to finish, I feel like there is a big change from start to finish, and I just had to remind myself of that. I did do a lot better this time around than I have had in previous months, and I just want to keep a trend. If I can keep going at the speed that I'm going currently, I think I will finish it around fall time. So that is the goal, to just use it the way I'm at the speed that I'm currently using it, just using it more often. So this one's, again, is going to be a long-term one, so no concern there. So for my Patrick Tub, as you guys know, I'm technically working on both sides, but I am kind of on pause with the cream side, just because I'm trying to work through quite a bit of them in my advent calendar project pan. Or not really, they're not really cream bronzers, they're like little samples that I'm combining into a cream bronzer mixture, I guess you could say. So this one, I was at 30 uses before for the cream, and I've only used the cream one once, so I'm currently at 31 uses with the cream. So not a lot has happened with this one. However, the powder bronzer, I was at 38 before, 33 before, and I'm currently at 49. So I'm making good progress on that powder bronzer, and I feel like there is a pretty decent dip on the powder bronzer, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. For my Rare Beauty, I was at 38 uses for this Transcend, this liquid luminizer, and I'm currently at 62 uses. So I've been loving the shit out of this. Like, this is not a problem for me to reach out for this. I really enjoy it. I have been storing it kind of sideways, so I'm not really sure where the line is, so it hasn't settled. I think I'm somewhere around here, but it hasn't really settled, so I'm actually gonna set it to the side, and then tomorrow morning before I use it again, I'm gonna mark it, and then I can put it back in the drawer. Okay, moving along, what else we've got? We've got my 2 tinted lip balms. I should have kept track of how many times I'm using them. I should have, but I didn't. I've been using the shade June. It's actually the shade that I'm wearing right now. Quite a bit actually, and I've been really enjoying it, just because I know that this is the shade that I have a bit more product than the other one from Pomegranate. There is quite a bit of air inside it. I don't think I actually have as much product, but I can't even tell you how much I've used it because I didn't keep track of how many uses I've had. Maybe I should. Oh wait, I should, because this should be in my tinted lip balm. Hold on. June, here we go, and I'm using it today. So I have 12 uses so far with June, and then let me see Pomegranate. I've used Pomegranate 3 times, so I'm glad I checked that. I'm like, I haven't kept track of it, but I have, so that's good. So for Rooftop Cocktails, I had 2 uses last time, and I'm glad to tell you guys that I actually have been using it a bit more, and I'm currently at 5 uses. This is kind of where it's at. I really enjoy this shade, and it is getting a little crumbly. It's getting a little drier, so I think that's what gave me a little push. My goal is to try to use it like once a week, so that is what's been happening. I had repressed this cream shade from the Wilds Nothings palette, this one, and my goal is to try to finish it. I did repress it last time, and I have since then hit pan again. I'm not sure if this is it, and it is quite thin in the middle. There is quite a bit of product on the outside though. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be done with this by the next update, but it will be really close. So I'll be excited to see kind of where it's at by the next update. And I used that shade to set this one down, so it makes sense that I've made a bit more progress since I've been using this a bit more. I also use it to highlight my inner corner and then in my brow bone, and that's it. Now, I am introducing yet another product into this project pan, which maybe not my smartest decision, but here we are. I had a lip liner earlier this year and I finished it, but I told you guys I wanted to play with all of my lip liners before I made a decision as to what else to put into my into what other lip liner I was going to try to project pan. And I did I did a good job of using all of my lip liners at least once, which is what I needed to do. And then I kind of broke it down to these two. So I was between Americano from Persona and Optimistic Oak from Singe Beauty, and I decided to go with Optimistic Oak for a couple of reasons. One, I am running through this product. Now granted, this is a smaller, I don't know, it's not a pencil, like, yeah, well, I mean, you know what I mean, like, it was a smaller pencil, like, so it wasn't as big. They have somewhat similar product, if I'm not mistaken. So this is 0.042, and then this one has 0.042. So they actually have the same amount of product, but this is really pigmented, so I have to put very little on. This is not very pigmented, but it can be built up. So it takes me a few more passes to like build it up. And this one I have to actually go really light-handed so that I don't go do too much all at once, you know? So there's that. Additionally, I've come to the realization that this is not very long lasting. Well, this one will last a very long time, where there's times where I reapply my lipstick and I don't have to reapply my lip liner. Whereas this one, if I'm gonna reapply my lipstick, I'm gonna have to reapply my lip liner as well. It's just, it won't stay, or maybe it does, but because it's so light, because this is what I'm wearing right now, it kind of fades, where sometimes you can't even see it, because again, it's quite light for my skin tone. So there's that. And the formula is also very creamy, which I don't have a problem with that, but it is quite creamy, so it tends to go a bit quickly. Actually, this one's quite creamy. Like I said, the real difference is that lack of pigmentation. This one's a lot lighter. So that being said, I think I might be able to go through this one relatively quickly. I might even be able to finish it this year, because when I use it, I have to sharpen it nearly daily, to the point where I put a lip liner sharpener in my backpack to carry with me, because I was having to even sharpen it sometimes in the middle of the day. So I feel like I might be able to finish this, and hence I'm putting in the project pan, because if I'm get a shot at it this year, I might as well do it. So I'm gonna do it kind of like sideways is the way I'm marking it here. Yeah, this is the way I'm marking it, sideways here. And oh, see what I mean? Like, it's really creamy. I like busted the tip by accident just now. See what I'm saying? Like, this is really, really creamy. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, but it goes quickly. So, quick recap, everything we got going on in this project pan, because this project pan quickly got out of hand. I was supposed to only have 8 products. I have way more than 8 products right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jesus. Technically, I'm counting both as 10, 11, and now 12, right? Give me a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 12 products. That's what we got going on. We got 12 products, and now predictions. I do think this is gonna be gone, but this is gonna stay a while. 50 uses. It's not gonna. I'm thinking like 2-3 months before we actually finish those 50 uses. I have to finish this, or I'm never gonna finish it. Like, I have to. Like, I legitimately have to like force myself to use it, because at this point it's getting out of hand. I don't think I'm gonna finish this. I think I got 1 more month. I don't think I'm gonna finish this one either. Maybe. But I got another lip product I have to finish. So if I finish that one relatively quickly in like the next month, or like next week or so, I might have a shot at this one. Might. Because that one's easy to reach for, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to finish. Okay, that's pretty much it. If you are doing any project pans, please do let me know. I would like to hear more from you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.